Hello, my friends, and welcome
Not sure what
to
happened
tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands AP here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Hi there. A few announcements before I hand things over to Matt and get the show started. Number one being, we have many other shows on the channel, like The League of Amazing Adventurers. It's our Pathfinder 2e homebrew game. That's on Wednesday nights. They are in probably like one of the funnest sections of this world that I made, in my opinion. Like, it is my favorite part of the entire world. They're about to go to a Desnan-run orphanage. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a little bit eldritch horror-y. It's going to be a little bit cold lighty. It's going to be a good time. Then on Friday we have the Calling Chronicle. It's our D&D 5e show. Then every Monday we have the Strength of Thousands AP. And then during this week there might be some bonus streams, specifically of a game that I've kind of found and I'm wanting to play, and it might be very fun, called Not Fit for Broadcast. A game where you get to be the editor of a live newsroom, and depending on how you edit the news live, the story changes.
The fact that you are going to live stream a game called Not for Broadcast, which is about live broadcasting, is incredibly meta, and I just had to point that out.
We're through the looking glass here, people.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that going for us. And one more announcement. Tonight will be Benji's last show with us.
Yeah.
We're going to be losing PJ at the end of this book, but then for the next book we will have another person joining us shortly.
Yeah.
And yeah, once I, get up out of my chair and message people on Facebook again, because I'm very good at doing
art
that
too.
All right, so those are all of our announcements. That's all of our programming. Matt, why don't you give us some introductions? We'll roll the intro, and then we'll do it last time.
I think I can manage that, but I might need some help. And so I'm going to turn to my good friend, McKenna. Who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Avi Avi, the Nyctera witch. She's a little bat lady, and she's here to cast some spells and raise some hell. Probably not the second one. She's very small.
Well, speaking of ladies, casting spells and raising hell, Zoe, who are you playing tonight?
You were going to segment into Benji with that one.
Oh, I thought the same, honestly. I was waiting for it.
I'm unpredictable.
I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet, and I am playing Ophelia. She's our Esper Elf Bard. And today I have decided to do Briar Rose's makeup.
Oh,
That's the summon of Ophelia. Cannon fodder.
I was about to say. How many times has Briar Rose
We're ready to die today.
unalived and been brought back?
yeah.
Just kidding.
And speaking of dying and coming back, because I think that happened last game, maybe, Benji.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, it happens a lot. I'm a squishy boy. Hi, everyone. My name is PJ McGaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.mcgaw and everywhere on Twitch with Nat20 Productions Official. But the reason I'm leaving is actually we're adding a new show to the weekly lineup, so we'll be doing that as well. But Benji the Basenji, is a Shuni magus who went to a college based on magic so that he could perfect his stage magic. And tonight, I'm actually going to do a small magic card trick for everyone here on the show, kind of as, a last little puppy paw goodbye. And I might be gone for a while, but no good boy ever goes away from his family for too long. So hopefully maybe in the future, I can save up enough good boy coins and come back to college. That's what happens.
Oh.
Well, if you'd like to do your trick now, or do you want to weave it into the story?
Well, I was hoping to do it in character, if you don't mind.
That's fine, then. Oh, but wait. A voice is coming to me from the beyond, and it's saying a name. Will, who are you playing tonight?
Tonight I am playing Igara, the Gripply summoner who is just as bad at Wordle as I am.
Dude, I love
Wordle
this.
and it-
There's
it's
questions
perfect.
about that. Like, so have you played it in character as? With, never
I've
mind.
played it. I've played it as myself, and I'm yet to win one.
Interesting.
I've been going for about 2 days now by myself, and I'm yet to win one. Yeah. So I just assume Igra is probably just as bad because they're very much more charismatic than they are smart, just like me.
Fair enough. And finally, and certainly the most least, it is I, the DM, who only exists in the world when you're looking at it. And I'm urban off in various places on the internet. But that is our whole cast here. So, Will, if you feel you can press the button with confidence.
Back.
None of the people here understand Scott Pilgrim, but one day I will educate them. I'm not saying he's a role model. I'm just saying you're missing some subtlety. But anyway.
Add to it, folks.
But anyway, the strength of thousands kindled magic. Our students have gone on quite the journey since beginning their education at the Magambia, the premier magic school in the Mawagi Expanse. They have undergone magical classes. They have done community service, a variety of interesting tasks, venturing to various places in the city and outside. They've delved under the city to attempt to get to the root of a series of insect attacks that has been plaguing the campus, in addition to gremlins making trouble. After a disastrous ceremony that was supposed to be their day, they finally had enough and were assigned a exploration mission under the campus into a series of tunnels where they discovered a former student who had somehow been transformed by a freak accident of magic into a vengeful spirit, had been directing the gremlins to weaponize this increased insect activity. They managed to put that bitter spirit to rest, returned to the surface, and reported their findings to the teacher Ott, their kind of main contact in the campus. And just when things seemed to be winding down, there was a bit of commotion at the campus where a trio of Anandi students had arrived and wanted to speak with one of the teachers right away, seemingly a little out of the ordinary, and seemed to indicate that in addition to just seeking a magical education, these Anandi had felt somehow drawn to the Magambia, like something was calling them there. And before any sort of questions or clarification could be made about this, there was a horrifying screech, and 3 griffins descended from the clouds and attacked the assembled students. Tragically, in the initial kind of swooping, one of the griffins just tore into one of the poor Anandi prospective students, and they lost their life, leaving only there's 2 comrades left. But thankfully, due to the efforts of the students and Teacher Ott, though mostly the students, because Teacher Ott picked terrible spells today.
Not combat ready.
He was not combat ready.
Sad.
Yeah. The Griffins were defeated, and 2 of them were slain, and 1 just kind of flew back off into the city. So we are left, and we pick up in the direct aftermath of this this battle. I think all the students are back on their feet now, and the poor Anandi are kind of huddled around their fallen comrade, who, outside of possibly expensive resurrection magic, may be gone, because it's been half a minute or something. As you guys are kind of catching your breath, one of the Anandi rises to his feet and puts a hand on the still other survivor who's kind of cradling the deceased head of their friend in their lap, and then they walk over to you. And this is. Hold on a sec. I'm going to pick one to get sure I actually use one of the names they gave us for the Anandi. He reintroduces himself as rainbows reflected upon gossamer strands, or Goss, if you prefer. I'm not sure what that was all about. That was terrible. I just want to say thank you. I'm sure if you hadn't been here, those beasts would have killed all three of us. I don't have. Oh, and he reaches into his satchel and pulls out a little bundle of folded, colorful cloth, and kind of forces it into Igara's hands. This is all I can do at the moment as a way of gratitude. Our people, as you may know, are well known for our textiles, and we take a lot of pride in our work. And we had hoped to maybe give this as a gift at some point to a new friend we had made at campus. And I don't want to presume that you might be friends with us, but I would certainly like that after all of this. You seem like brave people, and I want to say thank you. So he has presented you guys with a dancing scarf, which is a magical item. This long and billowing scarf is typically woven of silk or sheer fabric and adorned with bells or other jangling bits of shiny metal. It grants a +1 item bonus to performance checks to dance. Also, it has an interesting effect that one action interact. If you, on your most recent action, succeeded a performance check to dance, you become concealed until your next turn.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
It's got a little illusion magic in it.
Very cool.
I feel like that would be right at home with a certain
Certain
J-pop
bar.
idol over there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Avi pipes up and says, well, thank you as well. I don't know if we would have gotten through that fight without you guys helping. You were really quite a shot with those slings.
You're very kind, but we were only able to even contribute in that fashion with you keeping the beasts pinned down. Otherwise, I'm sure they would have flown right over and done to us what they did to droplets hanging gently. Savanakin kind of looks down at their fallen karma. If you'll excuse me, I should be with my friends.
Of course.
And he goes back over to the other two Anandi, and a number of students and staff members have now sort of flooded onto the grounds, and some people who do seem to have some levels in medicine, probably not a school nurse, because we have established there does not exist a school nurse yet, which is a little nutty. Tends to their wounds. A few people come over and ask if you guys need some medicine checks. I don't know if Igro would take that as a professional insult.
I just see Gamma looking at the Adandi, and I'm just like, nope, and I just send him home. It's like, home, back to the Fae.
I mean, frogs gotta eat.
Yeah, like back to the Feywild.
Yikes.
Nope.
I could use a little
Gamma,
bit
no! Gamma, no!
I could use a little bit of a medicine, something or other.
You want to handle that, Igor?
I mean, I can. It's one of the very few things I'm good at.
Oh,
All right.
bruh.
You're
So
good.
yeah.
Don't sell yourself short.
Teacher Ott seems to be in a deep conversation with some of the other staff who have rushed on. So if you guys want to take time and sit around and do like a healing circle, we can just assume you heal up to full.
Yeah, we'll sit around and do the good old healing circle with Gamma's stomach.
Have you guys ever played Down by the Banks?
Yeah.
Sit in a circle healing and play Down by the Banks.
Down by the banks of the bank.
From tank to fanky with eeps. pops, soda pops. There went a Willie and he went Kurt pops.
Oh, that's
I don't know
Stella's
how many of y'all
Coca-Cola.
did this in your theater experience, but we had a lot of like the back rub circles
Yep.
like that.
As a
Yep.
person who like generally doesn't like being touched by other people,
Those were a nightmare.
those were a nightmare.
See, I might have agreed with you, but then like 2 years of like quarantine stuff had happened, and I realized I can't remember the last time I ever shook someone's hand.
Oh.
Yo, the touch starve is real. All right, let's be honest.
I mean, I can only get so far with my IKEA shark on the couch.
Oh.
Sharky.
Good old Lefty.
He only swims in
Anyway.
left circles. Is that?
No, I think it's a reference to the left shark. If anyone remembers that meme.
Nope.
Katy
Oh
Perry.
boy.
Super Bowl.
I've dated myself. I am old. Anyway.
Yourselves.
So Teacher Ott takes a moment to congratulate you guys again on your exemplary work there, especially if you just came from a day of exploring and fighting for your lives underground. He is going to see to get the Anandi settled and make sure that they're looked after psychologically as well as physically. He actually turns and he seems to have a thoughtful look on his face. I know we do have someone in your dorm room who's been taking like counseling classes in the city. Do you know if Kiara is available?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her since the day we all were attacked by people.
Teacher Ott says this?
Yeah.
We thought you would know where she went.
She left the day of the ceremony. Like her whole room is cleared out, and we haven't seen or heard from her since.
Oh,
Should
that's a little unusual. She usually gives us some warning before she goes on sabbatical. Well, not sabbatical. She's not a teacher, I suppose, but.
Well, that's kind of what we heard, is that she kind of comes and goes, so we were trying not to be too concerned about it.
I mean, the last time it happened was after things went poorly with Uduak. They were very close, and she took it rather hard when he disappeared. She left for a couple weeks after that.
Yeah.
Oh God, did you? When did she leave? Did she find out about? Did you? I'm just trying to firm up the timeline here. Did she leave because you told her about this stone ghost, or?
I mean, we had a couple conversations about Uduak and what had happened with him, but those were weeks before her disappearance. No, she was there the day before the ceremony, and then she wasn't at the ceremony, and when we went to check in with her afterwards, like, her whole dorm is empty.
Was it a sort of cleaned empty, or was there a sign of a scuffle?
No, it was like completely empty. The only thing she left behind was one of those golden lotus flowers.
Oh, yes, I've seen those. I think those are from her homeland. I don't know how she keeps some of them around. Oh, well, I'm glad you've informed me about that. That's an odd development.
You don't think she's in trouble?
I mean, I can't speak to her personal life, but if the room wasn't in a state, I don't think there was maybe any foul play involved. She has left before, but as mentioned, she usually gives us some warning, so it's not unheard of for her to leave and come back. But I will maybe ask around. I know there are a few people in town that she knew. I'll see if they know anything.
Do you happen to know anything about the Black Hat?
Oh, I wouldn't recommend students go there.
Okay, I will keep that in mind for future notice. Hypothetically, if a student had already got in there, it would be fine though, right?
Give me a deception check.
I'm not trying to deceive him.
Just pull
I'll
out
do
a
it
water
anyway,
spoon
but I'm just gonna state for the record.
and starts drinking.
I don't think I was up for this episode.
Fucking 20!
Oh
Yep.
my god. What is the
Complete-
black cat? Black hat? What?
The black hat, I think you did miss this episode. I think this was a shopping episode
Yes.
that was like just me, Will, and maybe Zoe.
No, it was just me and you.
Okay, it was just me and
That's why it was a shopping episode. We needed to waste time.
and I was looking for like little hidden shops, and I think Matt maybe made up on the spot a very seedy kind of back alley magic shop called the Black Hat, run by a tiefling Mercedes, who made a rather devious comment about Kiara, which is why I'm asking.
Understood.
Yeah, look at
That's what you missed
that.
on Glee.
Happy frog. Happy frog dancing across the screen.
Thanks for the
Oh.
follow, Jokey Dokey 564.
So yes, teacher Odd completely buys the thing that no one has ever bought as not being suspicious when someone says, hypothetically.
Don't be
Um,
suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Though actually, what was the question now? It's completely gone out of my brain.
Hypothetically, if a student had already been to the Black Hat, that'd be fine, right?
I mean, it's not against any rules or anything, but I wouldn't recommend it. I know of the proprietor of that shop, and their motives are often a tad unclear. They have been known to just give powerful magical objects to random people just because they thought it was amusing.
Oh,
And
yeah,
some of them are rather dangerous.
she did seem. Okay, full disclosure, I did go, and she did seem like that kind of person.
You didn't accept anything, did you?
No, not at all.
And he kind of leans in and almost puts a hand on your shoulder. You didn't shake her hand at any point or agree to anything.
Did I? I genuinely don't remember.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Will's doing a finger.
What's that finger for, Will?
There was one thing at the end of the interaction.
Well, she asked me to tell Kiara something.
Yes,
But we didn't shake on it or
I
anything.
didn't shake on it.
I've heard some rumors that the proprietress of the shop sometimes is able to leverage her infernal bloodline to impose sort of contracts that can have repercussions if they are broken.
Well, Asmo, damn.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I mean, as a sprite, I take magical bargains very seriously because I know how tricky wording can be with those types of things, and I'm very conscientious of it. But she did ask me to do one thing, which is to tell Kiara, and I want to make sure I get the wording exactly right. She told me to tell Kiara I'm still waiting. So that's why I'm asking, because hypothetically, potentially, I'm worried that might have something to do with her disappearance.
I mean, it seems very possible. In my investigation into where Kiara might have gone, I will put that at the bottom of the list as leads to investigate.
Yeah.
And please don't misunderstand. I don't wish to slander the proprietors of this shop or her business. What she does, as I understand, is not necessarily malicious. She simply, I think, believes in the forward momentum caused by chaos. She believes that change, sometimes for change's sake, can be to the benefit of people's growth.
That is an interesting philosophy, but I don't know if I appreciate how she goes about it.
No, that's why we recommend students don't go there. We understand the allure of magic items, especially for students of the arcane and of the natural magics, but we like to offer structure here to your education with the magic here at the school, more controlled, so people, aren't turned into animals for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing really wrong with being an animal personally, just from
No,
my personal
I mean,
experience. But
I have some of my best friends are druids. Um, I'm
Just-
just saying it's usually voluntary.
right, for sure. I mean, I would like to learn about some of the things she has there because she does seem to have some very interesting items. Not necessarily to use them. It's not like for power's sake or anything like that. It's just could you imagine how much we could learn from those items if we had the opportunity to study them?
I think I saw a pretty cool looking deck of cards while we were there. I wouldn't mind picking that up.
There was a deck of cards there? Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Teacher Ott kind of slowly turns and looks at you, Benji.
I was
I guess we find out where Benji goes at the end of this episode.
I was busy studying alone and not going to a place that my teachers wouldn't want me to go. But I will continue to do that.
Benji on the dark.
Deception?
Oh,
I don't know if you're being
yeah.
truthful or not.
Dark
Heck
side.
it, I don't even think he's totally going to get that deck of cards. But let's just see what my wonderful +1 deception check has to offer. It's a 12. Yeah, it's a 12.
Teacher Ott just kind of looks at you for a moment, kind of have a look on his face. He kind of glances at the rest of you. Maybe you'll look after your friend. You know.
I just the cards. Okay, I just want to know what the cards do. You know, cards do things. This could be a fun card thing to do. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It is an interesting mystery, but maybe we get a different deck of cards from a different
Yeah,
salesperson.
Benji, maybe that deck of cards is for bad boys only, I think. You're a
What
good
they
Usually, I would
make
recommend
bad
any
boy
other.
cards.
Usually, I would recommend any other place with cards in town, but most of those would be gambling halls, which, as a teacher, I am definitely not going to recommend.
Oh, see, I think gambling is such a waste of time. If you look at the risks closely enough, you can count and figure out how they're dealing, and then there's no reason to gamble. You know what the cards are gonna be.
If you add them up, there's a technique to it.
Yeah.
Just as a warning, on this particular subject, we have had students return to the campus who have attempted to use magical means to count cards, and they have not been in the best state.
Oh,
There are several gambling houses where Magambia students are explicitly banned from.
Ooh!
Oh.
well, we'll stay away from those. But you don't really need magic. You just need to be able to do math and look at things good.
That is also banned.
Really?
But it's not even
I
math.
believe
It's a
that's called
harder
counting
skill.
cards.
Yeah, I'm counting them with my eyeballs, and they are cards. If you ask me, this is a rigged system.
They will die.
Yes, it's a gambling hall.
Ah.
It's designed for
Oh.
them to make money.
Oh.
Aw.
Well, maybe I'll go there and do magic performances, like some kind of live show, like I live there.
Oh, that could
I
be
mean-
cool.
I mean,
Banned.
I'm not going to say what you can or cannot do on the weekend outside of obviously a few things I've already mentioned today not to do.
As my family once said,
Freedom with limits.
unless you take a bullet to the head, the house always wins.
The deck was rigged from the start.
I mean, you could slip on an ice cube and sue them. You'd win that way too.
You I don't know if you win. I think they just do what's called a under the table. They just pay you under the table to leave.
That's still winning, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, you got money. You know, that's a victory.
Capitalism.
Oh, capitalism.
Magical capitalism.
Magical. Oh, that's the worst kind.
That's assuming Galarian uses the American legal system.
I mean, there's how many different governments in Galarian? I'm sure one of them is close. But anyway, you guys apparently may have some things you want to do. Teacher Ott finds himself in a situation where he's saying, "I was going to sit down and have a talk with you guys about what you've learned, but after this harrowing thing, I have some stuff to deal with, and maybe you can take the rest of the day off, and we'll meet early tomorrow for pastries, and we'll go over everything you've learned on your recent delve into the earth."
That sounds lovely.
So take a day. It is a Friday. If you don't mind coming into my office on a Saturday, I know some students, internally scream at the prospect of seeing teachers on the weekend, but so I'm going to go deal with the new students and make sure that they're looked after. So thank you again for your valiant work.
Thank you.
Good day. And he wanders off, and you guys eventually just find yourself kind of alone on these grounds.
So that's now twice in 2 days that I've almost died.
Well, I mean, you have to ask yourself, right? If we're going to be great adventurers and powerful caster people, we're probably going to run these kind of situations all the time, right? Constantly. And I think that's what I appreciate the most about this place, is that they are preparing me and my fragile little doggy body for for an imminent and utter demise. And hopefully it never has to happen.
I don't know. I feel like the Magambia is really prepared for some things, but was wildly unprepared for most of the things that happened.
Yeah.
And it makes me think that maybe this isn't normal times for this school. Because if students getting attacked all the time is like a really regular thing, you think that they might have some more protections, but like they don't even have a school nurse.
No, and you know what I have found has been lacking in the curriculum? How come there's no math teacher? I'm not good at money. I don't know if you noticed. I'm not good at them. I would love to have a teacher teach me about gold and investment and Roth IRAs.
Benji, if you can count cards
And do your
and count
taxes.
coins, they're not that different.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
never
think of it that way. It's like, I think actually the stock market is very similar to gambling, especially when you can use hedge funds, and hedge funds are kind of like counting cards.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. So, because the hedge fund is you're basically investing something in something that's supposed to fail. So it's kind of like when someone throws a game at a card table. Oh, okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda.
Okay.
Or like the extra money that you went and hid in your garden. Is that not what that is?
No, I heard about this. I heard about this. This is actually called an investment loop pocket hole. Basically, you take all your money and you put it in a little hidey hole, and you say it's for charity, wink, wink, but really it's just to put away. And then because it's for charity, which is usually in most countries a good thing, they give you a return investment on it. So as long as you have money in the hole that you're going to one day maybe spend for charity, they're just going to give you free money.
Oh, look, another 4 griffins.
I'm ready. Roll initiative.
You know what's really crazy, Benji? I was talking to some of the Axonite students, and they were telling me about these wonderful things. They created these like gold coins with different pictures on them. That they were tokens that you could pay gold for, but you wouldn't get the token with the picture on it. You would just be in line to receive it.
Eager as struck by lightning.
It would be like a token that is non-fungible?
It seemed completely useless, and it seems like it would be absolutely terrible, but who knows?
Seems like a really bad investment. And also that kind of gold mining would be really bad for the environment, I'm just saying.
Chat, I can make Will stop it.
It just sounds to me like you're just spending a bunch of really hard-earned gold on something that's basically monopoly money.
Well, wouldn't it be nice though if there was like a currency of gold with Benji's face on it? Like that would be so cute.
Benji coin.
Very good. Benji coin!
So those are the good boy coins I've heard about.
So it's cool.
Oh no!
It's just Benji.
I now have a villain point. I will now use.
Everyone make a reflex save. Sudden bolt
know
drops.
Roll
Truly
against a
earned
heart
it for
attack.
sitting through this.
Yeah. In fact, I'll even make the reflex save. Come at me, bro. You earned it.
Oh boy. So, do you guys have anything you want to do for the rest of this free day you have, or do you just want to go home and fall into your beds?
Um.
Like, you have a half a day essentially now. You could go into town if you wanted. You could try and start a campus movement to get a school nurse of some kind who aren't just druid students who are oh, I can do healing magic, I guess.
I mean, I'll be able to take that role eventually. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but the rest of the school needs.
If this campaign ends with Will running like a little hospital on campus, I will be so happy.
Aww.
But please make it like affordable and not like a for-profit hospital. We don't need that in reality.
What's a
Oh no,
for-profit
it'll be
hospital?
it's completely free. It'll also be probably one of those things where sign up for a magical sleep study. We're doing it at the hospital. We need to test these new sleeping potions. They will not put you to sleep for 1,000 years, we promise.
We have this new magical item. It's a face mask that gives you +2 on checks against poison. Also helps you sleep better at night and snore less.
I could use
But that being said, if we're going to be doing something with Teacher Ott tomorrow, if you want to, we can go to the auditorium right now, and Benji will do the magic trick for you. Oh no! I'll do the magic trick for you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Maybe we can invite some of the other students.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go,
yeah. I'd like that. Let's get all the other students to watch.
I'll go
Are you talking about just any students you can find between here and the auditorium on campus, or are you gonna specifically go to your dorm for the ones you know?
Yeah, I think Avi makes a pit stop at the dorm and runs around and says, Benji's gonna do a trick. He's gonna do a trick. He's gonna do a trick. It's down at the auditorium. It's gonna be really fun.
Are you guys? Are you just saying this without caring if anyone responds? Are you trying to persuade people, or are you trying to, I don't know, do a little performance about it to raise some attention?
Iguro would like to try to, hey, my friend's doing this free comedy show. I can give you tickets. Would like to promote this.
I'll let Igor do it.
A little bit of a performance, sure. Why not? I'll try it. Oh. I'm going to use my hero point on that. Oh.
No.
And just like the people who
you
hand out
scare
free-
away a few students.
Oh my god.
You try to make your voice kind of booming and projection without using your spell, and you accidentally just start croaking really loudly, and you startle a few what appear to be very new students who kind of run away.
Oh no.
I would like to make a performance check to get people to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading for the auditorium, and
Well, that's not very
Man,
good.
is that two?
You also got a one.
I'm just gonna say you guys probably aren't gonna have a lot of skill checks today, so feel free to use your hero points if you want.
I'm using a hero point.
Rolls
All
another
right.
natural one.
Do better. That
You know what? That's good.
That's
Let's
fine.
do it.
Yeah.
To add some flavor,
So-
it's most definitely from Hocus Pocus.
Oh.
It's the song that the blonde witch sings, where she's like, "Come, little children, I'll take
Uh-oh.
you away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in Benji's Garden of Magic."
Cute.
That's nice.
My tail is just wagging like crazy, and my eyebrows are up. I'm like,
Oh, that was so good.
okay, so once we get into the amphitheater and everyone's there, I'm doing a handful of really big tricks, like a lot of production value. I've been saving all my money
Oh.
for like pyrotechnics. Oh yeah.
Just before we get there, Avi, please give me a will save.
Okay.
Okay. For a second, you are reminded of a lesson that your mother taught you ages ago when she and some of her sisters, your aunts, got together and they were giving you sort of a practical lesson on the various schools of magic. And one of them that you remember specifically, where one of your aunts got up and flew all the way up to the top of the tree where your family lived, and she was completely out of sight. But then you felt a prickling on the back of your neck, and then she came back down and said, that was scrying magic. And you get the impression that you've just been scryed upon. Someone was peeking on you from possibly a very great distance. Because I'd like to point out that the range, it says in the scrying spell, is planetary.
Planetary.
Ooh.
That's
So
a
they-
6th level spell. If it's scrying and not like clairvoyance or clairaudience.
It is scrying.
Oh God.
Do you tell us? Do you tell us?
And I'd also like to point out that I'm slightly bending how the success and failure thing works here. You rolled high enough that you are aware of the scrying, like that it's happening, but it doesn't mean you resist the effects. So there's possibly a magical eyeball around you right now.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly with scrying, even if you critically succeed, that doesn't mean that they don't see you. It just means that you know who's seeing you.
Well, unless I'm reading an old version of it, critical success on the will check is the spell fails and the target is temporarily immune for 1 week. But I'm bending it slightly here for story purposes.
I think you just see Avi get like a little chill down her back. She just says, "Do you ever get the feeling like someone's watching you?"
Maybe. Are you okay? Do you need to go alone, or do you want to call off the magic act?
No, no, no. I just I think maybe someone else also wanted to watch the magic act.
Oh. Well, whoever that person is, I hope you enjoy that magic act.
Why don't they just come then?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if we can't control them or stop them or even know who they are, might as well give them something to look at.
Okay.
The crowd is looking a little expectantly now.
Oh,
They were gathered for a bit of a show by the enchanting voice that some of them think it might actually be enchanting.
So I do a few acts before the one I'm about to do right now. It's a big performance, lots of like flash paper, pyrotechnics, all these crazy things. Like sawing. I saw a log in half and then I put it back together again, and I do a whole bunch of other crazy bits. And then my printer's going off. Hopefully, that won't ruin the audio. And then I go,
okay. So this is gonna be my last magic trick. Probably for a while. I have to leave in the next couple of days, and I will be coming back, but it might be a time. So I want to do a magic act for everyone, but I want to do it for my friends. If you could come on stage with me, and I get this little card table and I put it down, and I go, if I could just have you guys come up here on stage with me, I want to do a magic act for all of us. Oh, okay. So, so we live in a world where magic is real, and because of that, there's some truth to the fire burning and the lightning's power and the enchantment of song. But with that, we've lost something. I think we've lost our ability to wonder. And tonight, I want you to believe in a lie. Tonight, I want you to believe in a beautiful lie, one that may leave you confounded, and hopefully with that confoundment, a little bit of hope and wonder like we had before we ever learned that magic was real. And so with that, I'm going to do a simple card trick. Simple deck of cards, nothing crazy about it, just cards. And the lie that I want you to believe is that I'm going to find your card. Simple as that. So what I want you to do, I want you to give me a number between 5 to 10. 5 and 10, one number. Okay? You guys can work together to figure out what you want, or first person who blurts it out is okay too.
You're okay. You can know it.
Yeah, all you have to tell me, I have to know what it is. Give me the number between 5 and 10.
We do 3?
Well, between 5 and 10.
Oh, 5 and 10. 7?
7's a good number. I like 7. 7's a great number. Okay, so 7 would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the number you're gonna go for, right? All right, so I'm gonna take those cards, put them back in the deck, and now we're gonna figure out what the card is that I'm gonna have to find. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, when this printer's done spewing at paper, I am going to have you draw 7 cards, and for this, I'm just gonna put them right here. I'm gonna minimize everything so I cannot see myself anywhere on the internet. Right now, I'm looking at my homepage. There's a Green Lantern backdrop, and I'm going to start pulling these cards, all right? 7 was the number you wanted, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, now don't say what the card is. Don't say what the card is. This is going to be your card, okay? Okay, now, I'm going to put that, and I'm going to put all of it back in the deck, all right? And I am going to find your card. All right? Is this your card?
No.
No?
No.
No? No? Okay. Hold on. Ha. Okay, I found it. Is this your card?
No.
No.
No, hold on. Is this your card?
No.
Is this your card?
No.
Mm. Is this your card?
No.
Okay, well, you know, I'm a young dog. I can still learn new tricks. I swear I can. I can do this.
You got this, Benji.
Got this, Benji.
Okay. I need you all to check the Facebook message group right now.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Or chat. He has posted our card in
He has
Facebook
posted the
chat.
card. Don't worry, there's nothing inappropriate on our Facebook message group.
Come on, let's
And
go.
Isn't. Why would you say it like that?
and then Benji pointing to this grand pocket dimension behind you with little words and special effects of every conversation we've ever had. He points to that portal and goes, "Is that your card?"
Yes.
Awesome! I reach behind all your ears and I reach out for the portal. And as I do, I'm trying to make sure I get this last trick right. I'm so bad at this. All right. So as I reach back here, I turn around and go, "So this is your card after all?"
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I put all your hands together and I put it in all your hands. This is the 6 of hearts. This is our 6 hearts beating together. We've literally lived and died many times over the past. Well, so you got you and me and Igora and Gamma and of course our wonderful bard and this is Benji.
Oh.
This is everybody, and we have lived and died together these past few months. And I saw all of our hearts beating at one, but more than that, the 6 of hearts represents a sort of beautiful strength in changing, being resistant to it at first, always, but you know, there's always the next stage to it together. And this is your card. You get to keep this while I'm gone and know that our 6 hearts are still beating, and that while there's always a little bit of change that's stubborn, there's also a lot of beauty and creativity and things that we can accomplish together. This is yours.
Back in the dorm room, Benji, who is napping, smiles in her sleep and kicks out with her little foot.
Yeah. So that's your card. You can share it. You can rip it up into little pieces. It's your card. You can do whatever you want with it.
Aw.
Group hug.
Little tail wags.
Avi does her best with her, 12-inch wingspan to give hugs.
Tongue.
Blech.
Tongue. Oh.
The rest of the assembled students feel like they're missing a little something, but they clap because they found it an enjoyable trick.
Aw.
So
Awesome.
are they like dating or something? Like, shut up, man. People can be friends.
The polycule.
Yes, thank you. Sometimes people can just be friends.
people
Also,
can just be
polycules are
friends.
valid, but that's not what we're doing here.
Even when we're apart, because of the experiences we've had together, we may be one, but we'll always have the strength of thousands.
Yeah. We'll always have
Oh,
the
crap.
heart of the cards.
Oh.
And
Avi,
whoever's spying through the scrying.
and whoever's spying through the scrying.
Guys, no.
Hi, Kiara.
There was this song that my friends and I used to sing when we were really little. And it was a song about a cardboard box, but it was a song about friends. I'm gonna start singing it, and if you know it, you should join along, okay? All right? So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I said so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together in the box, and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again.
Aww.
I did know that one.
It started off differently than I thought it was going to, and then it.
I
Love
think Avi, still in the group hug, is like, do you guys want to go find Chizire and drink and celebrate?
Yeah.
There is a thimble with my name on it.
We definitely gotta get drunked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Girl, now I love it. Let's go.
I will be the designated driver.
So
Second.
you guys return to your dorm room, and you actually already find the entire dorm room all kind of set up in the little common area, and Shizere has brought out a few bottles of juice.
Juice.
They
If it's
are
the whole
they are
dorm-
conspicuously labeled juice on them.
If it's the whole dorm, where is Essie?
Essie has a sign on her door saying "Studying, do not disturb."
I'm gonna
Tiny
disturb.
script underneath. This means you, Shizere.
I'm going to disturb. I'm sorry. I'm a drunk pup.
Well, you're not drunk yet. You guys just got here. As you arrive, the rest of the dorm turns and like, to the newbies! Hey!
I came to drink juice.
Juice! Everyone cheers for juice. As you guys are like ushered in and cups are put into your hands, a few people mentioned that you guys, as kind of a tight-knit group, probably should get some sort of cool name or something. You guys are starting to gain a bit of reputation around town and or around the campus, and a few of the more kind of socially conscious of your dorm mates are like, you guys need a group name. It'll really help with your reputation. Because right now they just call you those people who, you know, had their ceremony interrupted by giant bugs. And that's a bit of a mouthful.
That's a little bit wordy.
It is a bit wordy.
What was our name for the Star Day tournament?
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Oh no! If there's
Roses?
only
Red
some,
Roses?
We may have to go back and watch the VOD.
if there's only
Design.
some way that we kept track of our adventures, like some pods of casting.
Gosh,
Perhaps
all of our videos were on YouTube
Dude.
for people to watch.
Under the name Tabletop Rolls, the strength of thousands.
and all on one convenient playlist for you to play.
Amazing.
I'm sorry, I'm such a shill tonight.
Okay.
No, I explicitly set this up. But it is cool to have a team name, I think. Helps with branding. And this is mostly coming from, I think, Shizere herself, and Ignacy, possibly too, maybe been drinking. Strands of Glowing Dawn is sitting on the couch and is sort of like keeping a hand on each of her kids' shoulders as they enjoy actual juice from a bottle that says actual juice. After that one time, she has ensured that Shazari has them properly labeled.
Valid.
I mean,
So then when Benji had actual juice, it had to have been actual juice.
yes, it was actual juice.
Excellent.
And as you're sitting there too, you even see in the corner, out of a little saucepan, is the large black rooster that just seems to be able to come and go as it pleases.
It worries me that guy.
Bring him a cup of juice.
Get the rooster drunk.
Give him a little curtsy,
He kind of snatches the cup out of your hand with his beak, puts it on the ground, and then just gently, does the bird dipping thing. He's like, I've got what I want. You may go.
I freaking little
Okay, Choco.
So yeah, you guys enjoy a lovely evening of celebration that you're all still alive and have conquered this latest challenge, and you apparently, word has already reached the door that you guys managed to save a few prospective students from a griffin attack. Ankarut at one point manages to wrangle everyone for a moment of silence for the one Anandi who didn't make it, and she does a special kind of little prayer and says, we ask the bones for a chance at resurrection. Moment of silence for that, and then the party resumes a little more somber then, but it ramps back up. It was serious for a moment, but Ankarut quickly reaches her limit and returns to her room because she doesn't have a very large, body mass to go for alcohol to begin with. Yes. She is leaning on her chicken familiar as she wobbles back to her room.
Oh,
she looks quite happy, though, and she looks possibly the least tense you've ever seen her. Her shoulders are actually now kind of a little relaxed.
Sweet girl. Sweet baby girl.
Now, important question. Are you guys trying to hold on in there for the duration of the party, or are you just having as much as you're comfortable with? Or am I going to have to start asking for fort saves?
What do we have to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow you are meeting early with the teacher for a breakfast meeting.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna 2-drink maximum, I think.
I'm gonna drink.
I mean, Shazari puts an arm around your shoulder. Now, do you mean 2 drinks or 2 drinks?
What is the difference?
I mean, he shows you one cup that's like a nice little kind of shot glass kind of thing. This is a drink. And then he holds out this elaborate metal goblet that's like 3 times the size of the shot glass. And this is a drink. And he downs the entire goblet and just, I cannot feel my throat. That is slightly concerning.
That sounds like a condition.
Yeah, I think they make a candy for that, for your throat.
I mean, I have some jellies, though they are they're made with a little bit of wine.
Oh, I was about to say, if you have any blackberries, those are really good for your throat.
Oh no, my throat feels wonderful. Nothing burns anymore.
Is it like a wine jelly?
Oh yes,
like a
it is
shot
my
of-
latest creation. It is a wonderful thing. You can keep them in your pocket and take them to the boring lectures. Mwah! I love them.
Interesting.
I
So
have
it's
had
like
a wonderful feeling for a full day.
Buddy boy, I want to ask you, do you feel that maybe you're just a little too dependent on escapism through alcohol? I think you may have a problem.
Might I recommend something?
My
slightly
grades
more
would seem to indicate otherwise.
Just because you are high functioning is no excuse for an addiction, my friend. I think you may want to look inside and consider why you drink so much.
Yes, perhaps another method of escapism may be helpful.
Oh, you guys are being downers. That's what sleep is for.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
And tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is the weekend. I'm sure days of the week have a different name in Galeria, but I do not know them.
So it's Friday.
I think it's. Here's my shot glass for the night.
Yeah, I'll take a shot with you, Shazari.
I think it's really sad that Essie isn't coming out. Do you think we should go get her?
I have gotten to know Essie a little bit over the last year or so, and trust me, she is in her element right now. She will relax on the weekend. She will likely go for a jog. She will read recreationally, which I think means horticulture books.
Neat.
But she is happy in what she does, and we know sometimes it is hard to draw her out of her shell, but we know that sometimes it works, so we keep trying.
Okay.
No matter how many books she throws at my head.
Benji, if you're limiting yourself to 2 drinks,
Yeah.
I have one for you then.
Nice
That
emote
is a
chat.
drink of Igaro's creation that I would like for you all to try.
How many flies does it have in it?
It is
So-
called.
Yeah.
It is called Gamma Bile, and you will see why.
I don't
Is
want
it just fermented gamma bile?
I summon
That is
Gamma.
horrifying.
Okay.
I then take from my bag what appears to be like a plastic punch bowl. I put it into Gamma's mouth. I then proceed to mix 2 parts of rum, 1 part of that like concentrated cherry juice liquid. I don't know the name of it.
Renadine?
Yeah.
Grenadine is
technically pomegranate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's pomegranate. Okay.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Pop
So
in
you
some
can
of
never
that
leave
in
the
there.
underworld.
Just a teeny couple shots of just like straight vodka. And then a variety of berry juices. And then Gamma closes their mouth. You hear some spinning noises. It opens and like the bowl has been mixed. Put the bowl on the table and I just ladle it out.
Before I try that, well, I'm gonna take a shot first, Shazari. Shot.
Cheers.
Yes.
Now, have you guys already been drinking, or is this your first shot?
First shot. First shot.
Okay, so we'll make you take a fort save then.
Water. Yum.
All the water.
It was mostly empty.
I think Avi, like as
Water
tactfully
ran
as
out.
possible, pretends to drink it and does not touch a drop of the Gamma Bile.
That's fair.
Kazari will try anything once.
Here you go, Shinari. Have a sample.
I was there when you were like, yeah, just put the bowl in there. Like, yeah, cool party trick. But then he closed his mouth.
Yeah, so we
From,
could turn his tongue around and mix it
Stomach fluid in it.
with centrifugal
From the
force.
couch, Strands of Glowing Dawn's kids, one of them starts to say, "Mom, can we?" No.
You don't
Oh, I'm
want
sorry. The
this.
kids that I look after are watching. I can't do that. Not with them watching.
And they're watching with their big eyes. They're like,
We
"Those are a little big for children."
can't. In fact, we should probably be like, oh man, that alcohol is not that great.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? We're not even drinking alcohol. What is alcohol?
Yeah.
We're not drinking.
All right,
I'm
well,
just
Cesare, I
having,
guess you get a bowl.
Good
Strands of Glowing Dawn is like,
for you.
I am having the gross, nasty, yucky, poo-poo, vile, barf barf of a frog. Do you want to drink that? No. Oh, that was terrible. Actually, the blueberries were very well mixed. That was horrible.
they
Ugh,
they
no.
look at this, and then they both turn and look at their mom. "Mom, can we go to bed early?" "Yes, dear."
Yes.
The second the attention is on Benji and not Avi, she like pours her thimble full of drink into Cesarius.
Who notices and does not care.
No, I know.
Free drinks, man.
Yeah.
Gamma
Yeah.
will remember that.
Gama didn't see. Gama's not looking at me. I'm
I mean,
drunk
you
and
can
I'm
make a
very
perception
stealth.
check if you wanted to notice your friends
I'm
not
making a
liking
stealth
you.
check. I'm making
Okay.
a stealth, or maybe sleight of hand. What's my better?
I got
Never
nothing.
mind. Critical
Thinking
fail
that.
on Nigura.
Wow, that's 2 in a row for me.
Wow.
Good thing it was a critical fail because that is not a good stealth roll.
What I didn't even
What?
have to tell you that I don't.
Good thing you rolled a 1, because I rolled a 2.
I love what I'm looking at. Like, it's literally 1 point off. It's a critical fail or just a smeh. Just smeh.
It's like, I've got a +7 to this, man. I don't gotta worry.
Everybody in the room sees you do it except for him.
That's fine.
Oh, man.
So yeah, the evening goes on. Few people like break out like some small, easy to understand like board games and stuff they play. Some snacks are brought out. Essie actually does come out for a little bit. She strategically left her room after a little while because she knew that the drinking would be heaviest at the start, and she was more interested in the board gaming and the socializing. But she seems to have like an arcane timepiece that she keeps looking at, and then at like exactly the strike of an hour is like, all right, break's over. Thank you, everyone. I've got more magical trigonometry to study. And she kind of shuffles back to her room quickly.
Don't forget to carry the table.
She does see to each of you individually, and she like puts a hand on your shoulder and looks you directly in the face because she's heard, eye contact is important for socializing. That you guys did really well today. As your doormate, I'm very proud.
Thank you,
And then she
Essie.
repeats that to each of you.
Sorry.
You imagine she may have practiced in front of the mirror a little bit.
Oh.
She's trying to be good upperclassmen.
Very sweet.
She's always like, yeah, you see,
So
we got a rhythm going.
What board games are being played?
Well, this one is one called Secret Naga.
Ooh.
I've heard the word secret. That catches my attention.
So, basically the game is that you are all members of a city council, but one of you is actually a serpent folk cultist, and you have to determine who the serpent folk cultist is before they poison every other member of the city council.
A game I will do good in.
I love this game.
so prejudiced against Naga and snake folk in general.
No, it is not. You see, it specifically says in the rules card that it is not indicative of serpent folk as a culture. This serpent folk in question is just an asshole.
Okay.
He's an evil cultist serving a demon god.
Because, like, just because you're a snake person doesn't mean you're automatically a cultist. But if you're a cultist, I mean, like, especially if a bad cult, like, that's just
Benji.
Avi just got like a couple of
Just like-
points at Igra.
I mean, as you guys are like, because this is later in the evening now, and there's just a like, Shazere has brought this game out, and so you guys sitting around the table, everyone else is like having conversations or has gone to bed now. There's not many people here, and Shazare's like, I know how you feel, but like look at like Kiara, someone who walks around, with illusion magic all day. You don't necessarily question that.
I actually do question that quite a lot. I don't know if you remember, but I asked specifically you quite a few questions about that.
Oh wait, did I? Oh, I was.
You said
Mm.
your exact response was, "I don't kiss and tell," and I'm still pondering the ramifications of that specific phrasing.
Because if you kissed, then you kind of told us.
You kind of told.
Yeah.
So it's a little paradoxical, but then if you didn't kiss, then you didn't tell. But then, like, why would you say that?
Oh look, a fun board game. I didn't say anything. You're all drunk.
Yes, thank
Roll to gaslight.
During
Is that a willpower save? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, what do we roll?
during that entire thing, you just see Igara sitting like if this was animated, it would be like the full like blue background with like the lines coming down and the.
I'm really disappointed. They do not have anything you can roll for Jazari in terms of skills.
Interesting.
I'm annoyed about that.
Huh.
DM's discretion.
How come? He's everybody's favorite.
Fuck.
Though goodness, the picture they give of him is not. He looks very grouchy.
Oh.
He's the catfolk, right?
He is the catfolk, yes.
Yes.
He's kind of like a what is it called? An ocelot catfolk by the looks of it almost. He's got kind of the squished head.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite animal.
If you're looking for an equivalent,
Oh god, they literally say chaotic neutral, male, catfolk, slacker.
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 I love that. It's like, well, what's your build? Well, I put about 4 levels into Slacker, and now I'm going to multi-class into Millennial Cat Person. It's going to be great.
So chat says gaslighting is a deception check against their will DC, but every past success imposes a penalty on the will DC.
Oh, that's too mechanically
That's
accurate.
really
God
good,
damn it.
actually.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, he doesn't have stats.
Cesare is locked out of the girl boss talent tree as well.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh
Do
my
it.
god.
But Cesare is like, I'm just. The point I was trying to make is that you don't want to make snap judgments about people. Sometimes you feel you get to know someone, you spend time with them, you spend some very close time with someone, and yet you still feel that you've only seen a mask. And you felt that once you got past a certain point, you would see beneath the mask, but then you start to worry, is there anything underneath the mask? Is this person entirely just a changeable mirror reflecting what they think the other person wants to see and what they expect to see? And you start to worry, and is this person I'm spending all this time with that I've imagined and thought about and maybe even falling a little bit in love with, if they are a real person? And that worry becomes just a lead weight in your stomach, and you find one day you can't take the stress anymore. And he takes another long drink.
Yeah, just hands Cesare another one immediately upon empty.
Avi, I think, just kind of like poof, leans up against, like, on his shoulder, just kind of poof. Kind of gives him a little bat hug.
I mean, it can't have been that much of a blow to her, because she didn't leave after we ended things.
Oh.
She just kept on trucking on.
Oh. I mean.
But anyway, so the Secret Naga folk.
Yeah, Secret
The
Naga.
social deduction game.
Yeah.
So you guys play a couple rounds. For some reason, Cesare is the Secret Naga every round.
Don't you hate it when that happens? Oh my god.
And Igor
But eventually, he just kind of gets...
Surely
go
it
ahead.
can't be again.
Yeah. Like, look, I know it's you, bro, but I don't have any evidence to prove it. I know you're really sus right now, but I got nothing. So I'm just gonna sit here and wait till turn 4.
You are just prejudiced against people who drink.
Well,
How
we're
is that
also
a prejudice?
drinking.
At this point in the
Don't
game,
try and confuse
No.
me.
at this point in the game, Igor has already been voted out.
Oh.
Just like,
See? You all thought the former cultist was sus, and you voted them out, and look where it got you. Nowhere.
Oh, it's truly got nowhere so quickly.
I've been voted
And he-
out first every round. I'm so confused.
It's because you make that face.
What face?
Yeah.
This
You
is
know
my
the
face.
That's the one right there, the
That's
one
the
you're making.
one.
That's the one.
This is my face.
You look guilty of something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
At this point, you guys realize Cesare has now fallen asleep with his face on the table, just smiling and snoring very quietly in a kind of a cat purr snore
Gamma.
combination.
Go put Cesare in bed. Okay.
Yeah, by this point, everyone else is kind of retired to their own rooms and everything.
Avi will mage hand some blankets over Cesare. Tucks him in.
His room is quite the thing. You actually have to duck at one point over like twisting tubes from what you suspect is a still to a whole series of bottles and stuff. But it does seem like there's a method to the madness. It's very well organized. It's just he's crammed a lot of stuff in here. It's not messy. It's just a lot.
It's a lot.
This room
He's
will cause a
dedicated to his
fireball.
craft. And it give me a because you're in there, Avi. Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, can I make it with discern secrets?
Yes.
19.
You realize that he has carved magical runes into the copper of one of his stills to heat it without needing fire. You can actually feel gentle warmth coming off the metal with no obvious heat source.
That's
Very
really
cool.
smart. Good
I
to
mean,
know.
he applies himself when he wants to.
Can I write those runes down, perhaps?
You can, but because you also rolled an Arcana thing, you feel like just knowing the runes itself is only half of the equation. But you can certainly ask him about it later.
I will ask him about that later.
So yeah, do you guys just want to retire to your rooms for the night then? Get a good night's sleep still. You're still it's not too late, so you still can get a good night's sleep before your meeting in the morning.
Want to go around and check everybody's rooms for bugs with the chicken?
Yes,
Okay.
I will send
Now,
Choco to do that.
You mean the big chicken or Anchor Root's chicken?
The
Choco.
big chicken.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He seems to take to the task wordlessly he just gives you a little nod, and he pokes around in all the nooks and crannies on the floor down low where you can't see. Give me a nature or a perception check. One of them will be harder than the other. Nature. You and this
Natural
rooster
20.
are just simpatico. You guys are on the same wavelength. You are like glancing in every shadowed corner. You're checking any little crack along the floor. You find a gold piece that rolled under a table, but you don't find any bugs for the moment. It seems like Anchorroot's efforts the last few days and you guys clearing out the tunnels has at least made the dorm safe for the moment.
Yeah.
You do know, just from what you've heard, that whatever is calling all these bugs to the campus is still happening. It's undetectable without extreme efforts, but it's still happening. So it's very possible the bugs might start coming again in the coming days.
After we do the walk around with Choco, I kind of just say, "All right, oh no, I'll be back. I will see you all in the morning. Have a good night."
Where are you going?
I did not do my workout today yet, and Nigura
Oh,
Oh, okay.
have to go swim around the campus.
Hey, we just had a griffin attack at school.
Yep,
Shouldn't we, take Gamma with you?
yep. Not an excuse to miss leg day though.
Yeah, but make sure you're not alone.
I have Gamma. It's fine.
Somewhere a griffin is licking its beak. Frog legs.
Ugh.
Yes,
Small
make them
muscle.
nice and plump with your workout.
Kind of just like, I don't want to interrupt his
Do you want to tail your friend?
activities. I'm gonna tail him.
Now, do you actually want to do it stealthily, or do you just want to like spot him from the bank of the river as he does his laps?
Stealthily.
All right, give me a stealth check.
God.
Yeah.
With what?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I don't need to ask. What's your passive perception?
17.
Yeah, so you get the immediate sense that Ophelia has just followed you out of the dorm, and she's doing like the do, running from like tree to one tree, not realizing her lovely dress is like flowing in the wind behind her, right out from behind anything she's hiding behind.
Purely because Igura is Igura. And he'll notice that. Say nothing. Then he'll start doing his laps, but he's actually going to like go a little bit harder than he normally would. Just because someone's watching. So let's see how well this goes. Okay, not great, not bad for my -1.
Yeah. At one point, you do get a little too much water in the old frog face, but you know you manage to keep on.
I fake it, and I keep going.
Yeah. So, yeah, this particular swim goes without incident. No mysterious hands try to drown you. No shadowy figures from the bank watching. It's all other than your friend.
It's fine. But yeah, we do the lap. We jump back to the dorm.
Are you still attempting to stealth, Ophelia?
Yeah.
Give me another stealth check.
Oh!
You attempt to hide yourself at one point
Oh.
in a series of bushes, and it turns out that it was actually a few leshies having a little nap, and they let out a squeak and kind of scatter in every direction.
Igura chuckles to himself but pretends not to notice. I don't want to make my friend think they're not stealthy. That'd be mean.
I like wipe off my dress and like look around like like do a little whistle.
So you guys return to the dorms without incident, and go right to bed, I assume. All right. Yeah, so the night for once passes completely uneventfully. Y'all wake up, and the new day's upon you, and you have your meeting with Teacher Ott.
Oh, as close to like early on time as possible. I don't want to be there too early, but I want to be there before it's like the time we're supposed to be there.
15
Roll
minutes
to not
early.
be a keener.
I don't know what that means.
That's a Canadian thing?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's a
Like the
Canadian
people,
thing.
the students who immediately come into like university lectures and sit in the front row early.
Oh, yeah, we call those teachers' pet. A keener. Interesting.
Yeah, it's called a keener. But keep in mind, we also call coffee double doubles. So
Well, a double double is specifically what you say when you go to Tim Hortons and you just want 2 cream, 2 sugar in your coffee.
All right, so a California double is two beef patties, 2 cheese.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
You know what? Maybe I'll go to In-N-Out after this. That
Oh.
sounds.
Actually, do you
Oh,
all
wait.
want to go to In-N-Out?
Hey!
That was
Oh,
actually a long point before we mentioned food.
1 hour, 28 minutes.
Now, question: do we count adult beverages as food?
No.
Okay, then
Not
yeah,
really, because
hour and a
that was
half.
almost more part of the adventure. This, I think, when we start mentioning food out of context of the game,
Got it. Okay.
like if someone talks about what they had for dinner.
Unfortunately, the closest thing I can get to In-N-Out here in Canada is bloody McDonald's.
No, not the same. Not the same.
I
Can't
said
even go around.
closest.
I can't have this argument with you right now. We need to move on. What's going on with teacher?
Oh no.
I'm just very curious about this because I've heard so many American burger chains at this point. Is In-N-Out good? Like, is that good burgers?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
is
really
it,
like In-N-Out. I think it's compared to like other fast food joints like McDonald's, Carl's Jr. like that kind of
do you
I
guys
think
have?
there is clear, marked difference in terms of freshness.
You know, I'm not even the right person to be asking this. I've been a vegetarian for almost 2 years now, so.
Sauce. Oh, I mean that's true.
That's right. As a carnivore, I feel like I have the expert opinion on beef. So if you have any questions about beef, come to your meat-eating, cholesterol-fueled man.
What's your In-N-Out ranking, PJ? Now I'm curious.
Well, if I gotta be honest, I feel like, yeah, compared to like McDonald's and Burger
Okay.
King and Carl's
In-N-Out's
Jr., like those suck. In-N-Out's great. But if you look at like, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a bi-coastal burger boy. I've had them all. I think it's kind of overrated. Is it better than most burger joints? Some, yeah. But like, I think like fresh Wendy's is better. I think like, obviously Five Guys is great.
Kill
Yeah.
most of my
I
family.
have to really disagree with you there as somebody who worked next to a Five Guys.
Oh, the tea,
I
madam.
prefer In-N-Out over Five Guys any day. Five Guys' fries aren't even that good. They're
Oh,
all
And
like,
they've
fries.
got, they have potatoes sitting everywhere. They must be good
They
at
will
it.
It's
literally
not
kill
potatoes.
my
It's
family.
peanuts. They have peanuts all over the fucking.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're not wrong.
So
But
far off course.
yeah, before we just get back into the actual game, I would just like to point out, for actually many years, I had a very specific burger that I felt was the best burger ever. And it was the burger from the bar menu at the Keg.
Bar burgers are good.
Yeah,
Especially
those
if you
burgers
got the sauteed mushrooms with it and cheddar cheese. It was delicious. I think it might have been just the very specific mayo they put in it. I don't know.
I do
I'm
like
a personal
BJ's
fan of
burgers. They're
fat.
really good. Really filling, though.
I'm a personal fat boy lover.
A fat what lover?
So,
Fat boy.
Fat boy.
Oh, fat boy. I'm so
Nope.
sorry. I heard
Goes
half of
poorly
that.
for me, but
just from the vegetarian perspective, the Beyond Meat burger at A&W, quite good. And surprisingly, though it's pretty kind of fast food fare, the plant-based crispy chicken thing from KFC is also quite good.
Keep in mind, Matt, they don't get burgers from A&W in America. They only get hot dogs.
I don't.
I
Even
mean,
think
whistle
we
dogs
have
are good.
out here in LA.
Yeah, I don't think we have any.
Anyway,
Right, so
back
we're
to the
using Teacher
adventure.
Ott discuss burgers with him, apparently. Let's go.
I mean, we
So
already
Teacher
took
Ott,
enough
what
time.
is
He's
your favorite
been
burger?
murdered in his office because you guys took too long.
You contributed to this.
Yeah, there's just a
Lotus
centipede coming out of his
flower
skull.
on the freaking desk.
Yeah, I just want to point out that Zoe has been an absolute angel, has not said word 2 about burgers. She said Five Guys sucks, but that's about it.
Though, amazingly, you guys come in, and there is a small cart that has been brought in from the cafeteria. And on the cart is not only a selection of pastries, some small fruit cups, but a collection of breakfast sandwiches. They're not burgers exactly, but they are like some lovely eggs and some sauteed vegetables in buns. So it's lovely. There's a selection of both kind of vegetarian options and meat options. And there is also a small container of some crispy bugs for Avi. Teacher Ott may not be the best in combat, unexpectedly, but he is attentive to his students.
He is accommodation king.
He tries his best. He's more of a scholar than a fighter. So basically, let me just make sure of this. He very friendly, like essentially gives you guys like a debrief of your entire adventure in the underground. Like he very carefully goes through everything that occurred because he wants to like try and maybe pick out details that you guys missed or anything, because he might have like, you know, a wider perspective of what's going on. And he does get the impression, as you guys also kind of determined, that Stone Ghost or Uduak was really kind of exerting control over the whole situation through his gremlins, and then the gremlins were kind of like wrangling the bugs. They were mostly taking advantage of the fact that all these bugs were suddenly under the campus, that something was drawing them there. But he, at the end of it all, as you guys haven't also, determined that can't really figure out what, if anything, is what is drawing the bugs there. Nothing in what your story kind of laid out explains any of that. And he kind of leans back in his chair, unaware that there's some crumbs from a breakfast sandwich in his little beard, and kind of strokes his chin thoughtfully. I fear we have moved beyond my expertise. But do not worry. I know someone who may have more insight. Janatimo was my mentor, just as I am yours. He was one of the Magambia's cleverest lore speakers, though he rarely stays in one place for long. I would like to gain his wisdom and, to be honest, introduce your impressive group to him. We will discuss with him in person the next time he returns. In the meantime, once again, thank you for all you have done. He gives you kind of a warm smile and kind of stands up from his desk, kind of signaling the end of the meeting. He makes a point of shaking all your hands and says, we will speak again soon. So,
Can
and
I
that,
spell
yes, sorry?
Janatimo?
It is JANATIMO.
Oh, so exactly how it's spelled. Never mind.
Kind of sound that out. And with that, we come to the end of the content for Book 1 of The Strength of Thousands. I suddenly forgot now what the name of the adventure is.
Kindred Magic.
Kindled Magic, yes, thank you. The adventure will continue in Book 2, Spoken on the Song Wind, which is Adventure Path number 170.
And Matt, now that we're done Book 1, does that mean anything in particular?
Yes, I believe you all are leveling up. Woo! I'm going to double check that
I was gonna
now.
say double check that. You don't sound sure. I've been hurt before.
You already
I mean, what are levels going to do but keep you guys alive?
It gives me the battle chicken. Level 4, I get my battle chicken.
Yeah.
You guys are now, yes, you reach 4th level at the end of this adventure.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna put that in
And I-
there just in
I
case.
suspect that will mean that we also probably get to do some more of the, leveling up of your classes, like with your particular branches. But that'll be something we take care of probably early on in the next book.
All right then. Well then, everyone, thank you all so much for coming out to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path. One of two things will happen next week. We'll either start book 2, or we might do like a little debrief of like our thoughts on book 1 and that, and like do our level up live and talk about some of the stuff we've gained. I think that could be fun. So one of those two things will happen next week. You'll have to tune in to find out. Otherwise, don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. We have the League of Amazing Adventurers on Wednesdays, the Calling Chronicle on Fridays, and many other streams throughout the week as I feel the energy and fancy to do them. Don't forget to go show PJ some love over at Nat20 Productions and give them a follow if you haven't already. And other than that, I'm going to quickly see who is online that we know. And if anyone we know is online, we'll go give them a raid. Third Action's online, and they do good stuff. So let's go say hi to Third Action. So anyone, thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to check out our other shows. And we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye!
Bye, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Much.
Good night, everyone. Magic is real.